Hey fellas, now that a week has passed since last week's episode, now we can talk about this week's episode, which also enjoyed for different reasons, and with Pokemon Journeys, here's episode 54, or the Japanese dub of Mission Impo-Sobble. Well, I mean, that's definitely pretty easy a pop culture reference for a joke, if and when and it gets dubbed in English. I mean, I slept on it, and I'm not gonna be addressing like the situation until next one I start streaming. And I have more information on what this Legends will entail. So let's get started. So, while Ash and Go are having a sort of a kind of a relaxing day off from their adventure last time, it's found out that a movie is filming near here where here the lab is, Mammalian City. A latest installment in the Sniper and Spy series, which further compounds the Team Fortress 2 jokes I keep making about this evolutionary line, and having a young woman and her partner, who fittingly is an Intellion, which managed to give a boost to Sobble's confidence, and of course, for an even simpler comparison, much like the Riot line last generation, this one definitely he like the whole evolution stages with Star Wars, like basic, be cute kid, head, stage one, edgy teen, stage two, Dark Lord, if you want to throw in the Gigantamax form with the expansion, and kind of one man army like in the end of Rogue One. And so Team Rocket of course tries to crash the hoot, hoot, as if to say, hey, I mean, kind of like someone like in the end of Blazing House with a crash of the wall, rather than going like, hey, what are you doing? It's a close set. And going like, I work for Mel Brooks, and before he just punched him in the breadbasket. And this director, who I was hoping would be a character of the day from his previous appearance, is also every bit as crazy as ever. To this point, now my joke about how it's that pulling that prank on him, like, we replaced the Ditto he wanted to Pikachu, see if you noticed. After Ditto sees to humiliate him, my headcanon seems like saying he noticed. And whereas as they try to get the Higantellion with their Houndour and their Pugiana, I have not quite memorized their JP names just yet. It's with only a couple snipe shots. It's that's the whole it sends them blasting off, and their rocket gas palm machine, and the car they drove in on. I mean, but I would say, hey, that the yawn attack they used was quite cathartic to see the director get the brunt of it as someone who, honestly, hey, if you'll pardon in another reference of a play get hated by Tom Cruise, where it's like we are creating thousands of jobs for you. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's got a point there. Naturally, Saul was impressed by its fine evolutionary stage, and this inspires both he and Go to train more to learn more battle attacks with stealth. Sure, the compound's another common joke that I make about the evolutionary line with Metal Gear. Like the first time, like the GMX one got unveiled, like it's one of the shops where he was infiltrating Shadow Moses Island. I love it. Anyway, hey, the chance to put their training to the test comes to unexpected when and some of the Gophers, her Pokemon is stolen. When they're trying to get at lunch with the crew, who leading into who Ash and Go trying to infiltrate Team Rocket's hiding place to rescue them. Even though it's just Gothita being used as bait, not the one I would have chosen. Given how that's my least favorite Generation V in the entire franchise. So, or number 4, they actually do a good job of sifting through all the Meowth drones and and tanks there. So I had to wonder, does this, I mean, given how they've already done Masters of Star Wars as well as a Back to the Future, Ghostbusters, and X-Men, and would Pokemon Transformers be the next step? I don't know. I already made a joke about comparing like the G-Max Duraludon to Metroplex, so let's keep going. They try to put them in the cage, and but naturally gets an opportunity not only use the stealth moves and not even like the whole chalkboard erasers covering him in chalk dust, us exposing him is a problem because it learns U-turn, turn, or it's called in Japanese dragonfly turnaround, which actually makes more sense. Hence, hence to hence why it's a bow type move. But they got, and to be fair, given how it is still based on the bond on that he and Go are gaining, I mean, it does still make sense when it, again. That's why I prefer when they do any translation. I think they kind of get the spirit, like you kind of get the letter of what they're going for. If you, I sorry I misspoke there, but they get the spirit down. That's not a problem with me. I mean, since long story short, they're able to break out of the cage and rescue the hostages before, or or her they spy on her Talion on manage to break in, and even though how Sobble has not evolved yet, post I don't mind. Again, there's still time, and I'm just kind of glad they're not trying to rush through everything right away. That's they're all little pieces of working plots. I know another anime reboot that could learn a thing or two about that. But I think I better wrap this up. Okay, even though how I'm not a big fan of like the director recurring character, her I am like liking Inteleon, who's been possible definitely one of my favorite evolutionary lines, Generation VIII, and was the partner or spy whose name is Jacqueline, by the way. I mean, I can tell that this episode is another fun one, and I'm trying to reconcile the whole idea. Have that so many people are still down this one by simply going like, no direct adaptation, the game's blurry. I mean, then what about the watchman, right? Which I still think, in many respects, a counterproductive mindset to hold. I mean, given how I don't always play the same games in the series or anyone on every day, so I actually kind of like the whole approach they're taking of just it's not like they reduce the amount of plot, I mean, but it's more like they are interpreting it differently. I mean, so it's actually taking building what they did with Sun and Moon series, where her the whole of just often seeing what day to day life is like in the Pokemon world. Of course, first all the kids would be such a Pokemon. Of course, first there's a movie shoot that's interrupted by a hood driving a car through it. I mean, in that sense, it's definitely a one that still has managed to adapt to its consideration and also managed to not only use material that's relatively new but existing stuff and put its own spin on it. I mean, next week they're introducing Opal, as well as the forest as that was in that live stream a couple years back. Should be fun and how it happens with it, and also you can see how Chloe's roleplay plays in it and also I'd like to remark that 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 one last thing that I'll definitely get you who another Sun Moon Ultra Avengers Vlog next, but because of what happened been with the next volume of Journeys, I'm going to be modifying my plans a bit. That I'll definitely, like I said before, I'll be tweaking my plans. I want to get. My original intention was to get the season number 27, but even if I double up on some episodes, as I'm now going to give myself a little bit more leg room to my new goals by the end of the first quarter this year, which will be March 31st, which was giving more time to work on some of the stuff, and that'll be all for now. and I will talk to you again and later.